Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy, the Block Bull. So yesterday I had I had a great reception really from the XDC fam. I posted that chart on the XDC Macro, and I had plenty of subs and exceeded all expectations. So I just want to thank you guys for the early support on my journey. So today we're basically going to do the same. So we've got the macro chart here with the XRP, and we're also going to be doing some technical analysis, deep diving, seeing what this chart's all about, and seeing where this price forecast we can, see where we can go in terms of price targets, because there's nothing worse than holding a token and not knowing when to get out. Because a lot of us, especially if you was back in crypto back in the day, and you're seeing these blow off tops back in 2018, you're probably left holding the bag, and you've held all the way through the bear market. Missed out on the 2021 ultimately because it didn't even exceed the all-time highs set back there. So what I want to do today is project some targets for you guys, some realistic targets to see when we can actually take profits. Because just because you're selling your bag doesn't mean you can't get back in at a later date. I don't understand this mentality. I must hold. I am never letting go. Unrealized profits are not solid profits. It's as simple as that. So anyway, let's take you back to let me just shift myself out of the way there. So let's go back to 2015, 2016, where we created this first wedge. As always, I like to highlight this bottom trend line acting as support. As that, to me, the green line just that kind of stipulates that we need to be buying, and that's also acting as support. The same goes for the red trend line as well, so that's clearly the resistance. Creating these wedge type patterns. Comes to the point there, impulse 1, impulse 2 for me, creates a second wedge, indicating that we're coming to the end of the cycle, blow off top. And this is what we've kind of been stuck in. A lot of people have obviously seen what XRP has done in the past. People have been accumulating, expecting the same sort of gains. So let's just have a look as well. Let's have a look, see what sort of gains we... So look at this here. So for example, first impulse was a 10x, 1000%. If you held on... No, that can't be right. Yep, 7,000. If you held on to the very top, 51,500. I believe on some exchanges it went slightly higher to about 380 on some exchanges with the wick. So at that point you're looking at about 61 to 62,000% returns. Now they're just incredible. So that's ultimately why everybody's in XRP. Quantum financial system, it's going to replace the dollar. It could do one day, Nostro Vostro, that's what they're talking about, which is, what, is that valued at 10.8 trillion? If they manage to get that, gig. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, I've not calculated this, but off the top of my head, if I remember correctly, 10.8 trillion divided by the circulating coins in the XRP ledger, I think we're talking approximately $200 price target if that is to fulfill that requirement. Now I'm not saying that's going to happen, but obviously that's a strong possibility. So yeah, let's just dive straight back into the charts and explain the remaining macros here. So again, I've literally duplicated what we've done here and down here. So you got the red resistance line, you've also got the green resistance line. So this top trend line, this has been going for 6 years, leading from the high all the way down. This green one has been going for 4 years. However, we have had some breakouts to the upside, some fake outs, especially at that 2021, which signalled the high of that bull market. Ultimately, XRP missed out on that because it was in the middle of litigation with the SEC. So we've played around, we've teased all along. Not going to happen. Boom. Everyone's deflated. Back down to this 4-year support line. Now here I've gone from red to orange just because we're getting these sort of fake outs, and hence why I've done this dashed line here. So this is almost like a 3-year fake out resistance line. this dashed line here. And as you get closer to the convergence with these major trend lines, you see this other dashed line coming in, and that's acting as support. So you can see there 26th of March at the bottom of the screen, 26th of March 23 being acting as support. And as you know, we are literally at the tip of the iceberg, so I'm expecting some sort of big movements. I've also highlighted Friday the 22nd of March, which is obviously a significant day for the XRP ledger. So this is what everybody's anticipating to go live. So we've actually got a 97% consensus for this to go live on the XRP ledger. So in total there's 35 votes. Threshold is 80%, so we need 28 votes in total. Literally we've got 34 yeses, 1 nay. Like, who's this nay? I'll tell you who this nay is. Data443.com. I'll be having words with them. Anyway, we don't know. We don't even need them, to be honest, because, like I say, we've reached consensus right here. We've got the green light. So what is this automated market maker? So on the XRP ledger here, that basically explains it for you. So automated market makers are smart contracts that provide liquidity in the XRP ledger's decentralized exchange, blah de blah. So ultimately, in layman terms, we're looking at liquidity pools, requiring for any given pair of assets, blah de blah. So it looks like there's some promising things coming to XRP. Obviously, we've got some key dates as well with the SEC. I believe the final date is on the 29th of April. So what I'm going to do, let me clone that line. So let me get it. It's got to be spot on with this technical analysis, because if you're day out, or let's have a look, move that across, 29th, right, so we've got some key dates in here now. So we've got Friday the 22nd, which is what I was talking about with this going live. We've got the convergence with the major trend lines converging, and later on, like I did with the XDC network, I've also done a vertical line here on the 5th of November, and that signifies the US elections, where I feel this super cycle bull market will top out. Now, with some others, with some other TAs, some of the best in the world, I believe there's only about half a dozen TAs that are actually any good, and a lot of them do trend lines. For me, they work really well in the crypto market, not so much in the forex market. If you're also trading like indices as well, like the DAX. But for me, the trend lines work really well. And I've also seen a lot of Elliott waves, who are they helping out? Like Fibonacci retracements, like the 0.618 or whatever it is. For me, what I want to do is be forecasting fractals. That's the bottom line for me. Forecasting fractals, and these fractals need to be they need to be interacting with the data that's already gone before us, if you will. So I'm marking out the highs. This is where the supply and demand is. It's like anything when you're buying and selling. Where are these demand? Who's buying? Who's selling? So obviously we've got massive sellers there at the all-time high at 320, 328 there. You got your high. So I've marked that out. I marked the 2021 high there in the blue line, $1.96. Right, okay, so we're getting somewhere. So then all I've done with this yellow fractal here, as you can see, I basically copied and pasted it from this section here, from down here, all the way up to the all-time high. So when I say these forecasts, these fractals need to be coming into play with here, as we all know, when we get a breakout, we generally do a retest, and then we get the next impulse. So, for example, here, when we break out, I believe around the 22nd, if 22nd of March passes and we're not actually flying up to this all-time high, that's fair enough. What's a week or two? April is going to be massive. That's for me guaranteed. So what we're going to do, I believe, is shoot up, smash through this light resistance, break this all-time high, not the all-time high, but the 2021 all-time high. Smash through there, and we're going to get up to this second second blue line, which is the all-time high. So once we tap that, we're going to retest, yeah? Retest this 21. Once we've done that, we are pretty much good to go. We're good to go. So then the next impulse is going to be from approximately $2 all the way up to, I say, around 11.50. 11.50. So a lot of TAs are also projecting, and I can see the logic as well, because Fibonacci's do work a lot of the times for projecting targets. So what they're doing is getting high, click on the high, drag it all the way down to the low. Let me just, there you go, that's the low there, right? Not teaching you how to suck eggs, but there we have it. So there you go. So that's a Fibonacci in place. As you can see, that top Fibonacci line there is $13.38. And look where this comes up to. Just shy of the $13. It's actually hitting the second fib. So that's a 3.618 fib. Yeah. So that would be my target. Now I believe that will happen around the 29th of April, when everybody's expecting that last piece of court date with the SEC. Everybody's expecting settlement, and it probably will happen. I don't know if it will. I really don't. But I don't care. I really don't care about the news, because as they say, show me the charts, I'll show you the news. Now, if the price is at these prices, around this $11, $13 mark, and we're getting to the end of 29, we're getting to the 29th of April, I'm selling. I'm selling my bag. There, you've heard it first. Why am I selling my bag? Everyone's going to hear the news. It's a sell the news event, in my opinion. Oh, XRP's at $13. Oh, it's going to 589. Is it? Do you really think it's going to 589? Is it going to 10,000? Like Jimmy Valley, whatever his name is, 35k. Like, are you mad? Seriously, mate. You know, he comes across all professional. He hasn't got a clue. I'm here in hoodie and hat. I'm speaking more sense than that kid. Do you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I believe 29th of April, we're going to be looking around the interim high. Then it's going to catch everybody, and it's literally going to strangulate everybody in that sort of time period. So look at that. So 29th of April, all the way up to about this sort of date here, to the beginning of October. And that's the Wall Street saying. In the stock markets traditionally, there's a quote that says, sell in May, go away in May, enjoy your summer holidays with your kids, enjoy the millions that we've all made, come back in September, October. And this chart signals exactly that. So around October, going into the US elections, I could drag this out a bit more, as you can see. So going around, move out my way. So coming into the US elections, we're going to get the peak. Whether the peak's around here at the US elections, or whether we might drag out, you know, let everybody get in here on the 29th of April, maybe first week or two of May. But then here, US elections, boom, blow off top just before the end of the year, or it could be here. I'm not 100% certain. Until we get that first impulse and I can marry these fractals up, I won't be able to tell you that, but hazard a guess, an educated guess at that, that's what I'll be aiming for. Now, I hope that helps everybody. I also like to do these market cap of as well at the end of the videos, just to get an insight. So, for example, XRP eclipsed ETH in the 2017-18 cycle. I think he also temporarily surpassed Bitcoin as well. I'm pretty sure it's the only crypto that's actually surpassed Bitcoin in history. But anyhow, you're looking at a 13x to $8.10. That's just with ETH at the moment. All-time high, 16 to 17x. So out of interest, just let's have a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin looking at $24, 39x. and Bitcoin at its all-time high is $42. So that's some going. That's some cheddar right there. So let's just have a deep dive anyway, just before I go, because I know I think we've recently dipped about. This isn't quite macro, is it now though? But I'll show you anyway how it's actually playing out with some of the structural TA that I've sort of input here. So here we've actually broke out of this 3-year resistance, is it? Yeah. And we're coming back in. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a drop down to these main trend lines here, about 52, 53 cent, which isn't out of the question. It could also come as low as down here to the support. Could break this 1-year support, 4-year support there. So it could come down to this 4-year support just under 50 cent. Now, if that's not a shakeout, I don't know what is. But we've literally got to the 22nd of March, in my opinion, to make that move. At the very latest, at the end of March, because April's just going to be biblical, in my opinion. So I'm not doing anything here. There's no requirements for me to sell any of my bags. If that's the case, I'm not trading at this. There's no point. Yeah, I could say myself a little bit of money, but is it really worth it? I don't know. 20%, 22% dip at the very most, in my opinion. But 20% dip and the playoff, you're playing that off. Do you know what? At end of April, you see the targets. Just incredible. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. If you've got any questions or anything like that, leave them in the comments. I'll try my best to answer those. Thanks again anyway for all the subs, all the likes. It's all appreciated. Give us a follow on x.com. My handle is @theblockbull, and I shall see you shortly. Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye now.